All right, hoop fans, strap yourselves in, because the WNBA world has officially gone full-on telenovela. I mean, forget soap operas, forget reality TV. The drama, the twists, and the absolute chaos that the league is serving right now could keep Netflix in business for 10 years. Today, we've got everything. Coaches fired, MVP history, billionaires sniffing around new teams, players coming off the bench and stealing trophies, playoff madness, and even a facility so bougie it's probably going to have better Wi-Fi than your entire neighborhood. So let's break down the 10 biggest WNBA stories making noise today. And we're doing it funny, because why not? Let's start with the absolute bombshell in New York. The Liberty just said thanks, but no thanks to Sandy Brondello, their head coach. Imagine winning a championship, building a star-studded roster, getting all that hype, and then being told, yeah, we're good. You can pack your bags now. It's like breaking up with your girlfriend after she just bought you a PlayStation 5. The Liberty basically went, we want someone younger, shinier, maybe with more TikTok followers. And honestly, you've got to wonder, was this proactive brilliance or just classic New York panic mode? Either way, Liberty fans are either crying into their bagels right now or already photoshopping Becky Hammon into a Statue of Liberty outfit. Meanwhile, over in Boston, the Celtics' new majority owner is already scheming about adding a WNBA team to the city. First of all, Boston fans can barely handle one championship parade without flipping cars. Imagine what happens when the WNBA comes to town. Dunkin' Donuts sales will skyrocket. Everybody will be screaming, "Let's go!" in that heavy Boston accent. And I swear, the WNBA better be ready for a team called the Boston Chowdas. If this happens, though, it's huge, because Boston has been one of the biggest sports markets without a women's pro team. And with Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Paige Buchers all pulling monster TV ratings, adding Boston into the mix, that's like giving the league a double shot of espresso. Now, speaking of espresso, let's talk Indiana Fever. These folks are about to host the Las Vegas Aces in the playoffs, and hoo boy, this series is spicier than your auntie's curry. The Fever fans have been starving for years, and now they finally get playoff basketball at home. And not just against anyone. Against the Aces, the villains of the league, the Thanos squad, the Avengers if the Avengers were all taller than your fridge. The Fever have 2 shots at home to knock down the defending champs, and you know Gainbridge Fieldhouse is about to be louder than a Taylor Swift concert. The energy's so wild that Fever fans might actually scare Aja Wilson into missing a free throw. Okay, maybe not, but a man can dream. Speaking of Aja Wilson, let's not bury the headline here. She just became the first player in WNBA history to win 4 MVP awards. 4. That's 1 for each time she probably wakes up in the morning and says, yeah, I'm still better than all of you. She's officially in the Mount Rushmore conversation now. Except at this point, Mount Rushmore might need to be redesigned to just feature 4 different poses of Aja Wilson. Like, how do you even game plan for this woman? She blocks shots, she scores, she rebounds, she leads, she probably even parallel parks better than you. And the craziest part is she's not slowing down. If this continues, the league might have to rename the MVP award the Aja Wilson Trophy just to save time. But while Aja's out here hogging MVPs like they're Costco samples, let's give some love to Naz Hillman from the Atlanta Dream, who just won 6th Player of the Year. And listen, this award is sneaky important. It's basically saying, hey, you're so good you should start, but we like torturing other teams by bringing you off the bench instead. Hillman was that spark plug every time she checked in, the basketball equivalent of microwaving leftover pizza. Instant heat. Instant satisfaction. The Dream might not be a title favorite yet, but with Hillman building her rep like this, they're definitely cooking something. Now in Los Angeles, the Sparks decided they were tired of being the team you only remember when Lisa Leslie highlights pop up on Instagram, so they dropped the bombshell. They're opening a $150 million practice facility. Let me repeat that. $150 million for practice. That's not even the game arena, that's just for practicing. I'm picturing golden dumbbells, robot rebound machines, cryotherapy tubs filled with Fiji water, and maybe a meditation room where you can chant "Beat the Aces" on repeat. Honestly, if they don't put a spa in there, I'll be disappointed. But jokes aside, this is a statement. The Sparks are saying women's basketball deserves the same resources, the same swag, and yes, the same bougie buildings as the NBA. Now, let's jump back to the hardwood. Phoenix versus Minnesota playoff edition. And what a game it was. Phoenix pulled off an overtime thriller against the Lynx, and if you weren't watching, shame on you, because this was drama at its finest. Both teams were trading buckets like they were swapping Pokemon cards, and when overtime hit, Phoenix just decided, we're not losing today. You've got to respect the Mercury. They've been doubted, they've been called old, they've been written off, but somehow they're still out here winning classics. If this were a movie, Diana Taurasi would be the grizzled veteran shouting, "I've still got one last fight in me," and then draining a 3 from the parking lot. And speaking of Minnesota, the Lynx are quietly cooking up one of the funniest, most chaotic storylines in the league, the relationship between coach Cheryl Reeve and guard Courtney Williams. Let me tell you, these two go at each other like siblings fighting over the last slice of pizza. Blunt, fiery, sometimes awkward, but always effective. Williams plays with swagger, Reeve coaches with fire, and somehow this, we love, we fight, we win, dynamic is actually fueling their playoff run. It's like watching your mom yell at you to clean your room, but then you drop 20 points the next night just to prove you were listening. Minnesota fans are eating this up because it's pure entertainment and pure results at the same time. Meanwhile, we've got NBA legend Dwyane Wade, yes, Mr. Flash himself, chiming in on the WNBA world. And this time, he's giving flowers to rookie Paige Buckers. Wade straight up said Paige is winning in life, which is probably the highest compliment you can get from a Hall of Famer who knows a thing or two about winning. And finally, let's talk about the gamblers, because the betting world is going nuts over this Aces versus Fever playoff series. Analysts are out here breaking down spreads, props, and odds like they're solving the Da Vinci Code. Some are saying the Fever's home court advantage could swing things. Others are saying, never bet against A'ja Wilson. And a few brave souls are even putting money on a Fever upset. All I know is this. If you bet against the Aces and they go nuclear, don't come crying to me when your wallet is lighter than a WNBA game ball. So, to recap, New York fires a coach, Boston might get a team, Indiana is buzzing, A'ja is making history, Naz Hillman is bench queen supreme, the Sparks are building a luxury gym, Phoenix pulled off a classic, Minnesota's coach-player drama is low-key hilarious, Dwyane Wade is hyping rookies, and Vegas versus. Fever is the series everybody and their grandma is watching. The WNBA isn't just growing, it's exploding, with storylines, stars, and moments that are impossible to ignore. If you're not watching, you're missing the best sports soap opera out there. And trust me, this season's only getting crazier.